Before we can sew the pocket, we need to do a little prep to it. First thing I want to do is get rid of all these big wrinkles. So those will make sewing harder. And this fabric really doesn't have a right or wrong side, so whenever we get the hem done, that will determine what's the right and what's the wrong side. So the first thing that we need to do is we're going to set our measurement at 1 inch. I think this is the easier way to do this kind of hem. It's a double folded hem. And what I'm going to do is fold it over to what's going to be the wrong side and put a pin in. Actually, I'll flip it around this way. I think it's easier. And then I'm going to do the same thing to this side over here. And then I want to make sure that it's also 1 inch in the middle. I need to adjust this just a little bit. Please make sure that this is accurate, because if you don't, then your pocket is going to be kind of funky and askew. All right, so I'm checking in the middle. I don't really need a pin in there. I'm just going to kind of press down with my hands. And then I'm going to take my iron and I'm pressing, which means I'm lifting up and putting down. I'm not moving it back and forth fast like that. So that's folded down 1 inch. Now I don't want to fold it down another inch. What I want to do is turn this into a 1/2 inch hem. And in order to do that, I'm going to take this raw edge and tuck it all the way down to the fold and flip it over and put a pin in. I want to make sure that I don't change where I've already creased that. I'm going to put a pin in there and a pin down here at this end. And you might want to put 5 pins in. I think I'm probably only going to put 3 in, at least 3 at this point. I might go back and put another pin in a minute. And then I want to take my seam gauge and I want to check to make sure that I'm at 1/2 inch. And then I'm going to check that all along there. That looks pretty even. Then I'm going to take my iron and press it down. Now some people fold 1/2 inch and then another 1/2 inch. I think that tends to make the upper edge wavy, so I like to do it this way better. But I think I will put those extra pins in. And once I have this pinned, I'm ready to go to the sewing machine to stitch along this upper edge.